Hello everyone, this is Aya from Hinawi Software. Our topic for today is one of the first steps which should be happening in any types of business, in any workplace, which is the recruitment process. As you see here in the HR in general of Hinawi Software, you can either create a new employee, which starts from creating like all data and everything, all the information related to that employee, and then saving that employee in which he or she will instantly become displayed in the employee profile list and center. The second way we have is through the manage employees through the file menu, and then import, and then HR, and then import employees from a specific Excel file in which it instantly imports and takes all those data and information and places them in Hinawi Software. We have covered those two ways. However, our video topic for today is regarding the third way, which is the recruitment. Basically, it starts with creating a candidate. It comes as the first step before creating a new employee from here, in case users want to start from the actual scratch instead of rather than creating a new employee. So from here we can go to the recruitment and then create the candidate, and then have that candidate displayed in the list of all CVs. Later on, we will proceed with those activities. So for today, we are going to cover calling for interview activity, the evaluation of the interview, the job offer, the confirmation of the job appointment, the probation period expiry, the appointment letter, rejecting or deleting the CV, or transferring that specific candidate to become an actual employee, in which it will, the name will instantly be displayed here in the profile list and center. And we have several reports regarding those candidates by those categories displayed here. And finally, we can have all these CVs, all these candidates, everything displayed in the reports of the HR reports from here, and through all those transactions and processes in the software. So let's start. First, we create a new candidate from here, and then we will go to the position. We will select the required position for that candidate to become an actual employee. So let's choose, for example, admin assistant, and here we are going to type the name of this candidate. So Alex, for example. The middle and the last name are not mandatory, but we are going to fill them. Like everything here is mandatory according to this asterisk. So the middle and last name and also first name is not mandatory for Arabic. However, in the English field, they are required. First, middle, and last are required in the English and not required in the Arabic side. So let's say here, for example, and in the nationality, we are going to select, let's say, UAE. And the date of birth and age shouldn't be today's date, because today's date is not acceptable. So we will select an older date. Let's go to from here, for example, and let's say it will instantly display the age of this date. Now the country of birth, this is not required. The status, let's say, for example, single, and then let's proceed forwards with the email, xx@yahoo, for example, .com. It's also not required, but we're filling it anyways, because the more information you add, the better it will be later on at the time of creating the several different activities. Let's say male, and let's choose the religion, And here we decide the salary range. This is one of the important things at the time of applying for a job, in which candidates will tell their range of salary, the minimum and maximum. So let's say, for example, 3,000 and 4,000. So that's the minimum, or 5,000. So that's the minimum and that's the maximum. We can add here the phone number. It's not required, but we can add it. Here we will add if there is a driving license or not, if relocation will be allowed or not. And here we're going to add the passport number and the issue date. We can say that, for example, this is the issue date and what is the expiry date also. So it's all from here. And then we are going to see here that in the education tab, we will specify the certificate level. Of course, we have an icon here to add more certificates, and the system will warn us in case we want to create a new row if the first row is empty. So that's not possible. We will here, for example, choose bachelor's. One document specialized in, let's say, administration. And let's say that here, 2. And year of graduation, let's say 2000, for example, 17. And here we are going to write the university name, a university. And then in the country, we are going to select the country, and we are going to also select or type the city. So Dubai. Okay, we can add more. Now in this case, if we want to add more, the system will allow us to add more because we already filled this row. But now we don't want to add more. We're just going to see the other tabs regarding the experience, all the previous experiences. So X company, and then telephone number, what is the country, let's say United Arab Emirates, the city, Dubai, also reference X, and what is the employment date in this company, in this previous company. So let's say, for example, the 1st of January 2018. And when was the leave date? Let's say, let's change this to 5. And let's change this to 2. And here, look how it will instantly calculate the total number of years or months. So from this date to this date, there are 4 months of experience. In case we want it in 2019, 1 year and 4 months. So basically it will read according to the employment date and the leave date you put. You can increase this last position held, let's say admin, officer, for example, and what were the duties, A, B, C, all these things are added from here, and what was the reason of leaving. For example, let's say a personal reason. So we can add more, as I said, from this icon, but for now we will proceed with the languages. So languages, let's say Arabic, and it's excellent in both reading, in writing, and speaking. We can add more languages from this icon. We can also choose here the skills, like the skills in computer skills, and the rate, it's excellent, and notes here are perfect in that, for example, in computer. In the custom fields, we can here add the values regarding the mother name, the house, and the date. So let's say sample here, here, and here. The date. Now, in the attached documents, we can add whatever documents we want, which will be at the time of filling this window or this tab, they will be displayed and available on the PC itself. So we can attach documents either as an image, as a document. We can insert new lines, delete, view those documents. So at the time we add them, we can see here the number of pages, the notes, and then later on, if we want to view them, we can click on view from here. Teacher information is filled in case the position was related to like the teaching position. So in this case, this will be available for filling and editing and feasible, like it will make sense to fill the teacher information. And here, if we have any notes, we can add them from here, and this is the application number. So it's pretty simple. That's how we can create a new candidate. We will save him. Please select one record as default. The system will give us pop-up messages to make sure that everything is perfectly filled. So it said here that we have to go to the education tab and choose this as the default. This is in case like we have so many rows and the system wants to choose which one is the default among them. We will click on save, and data is saved successfully. And now we are going to go through the recruitment and view the CV list. We will view them all. This is the candidate which we filled now. This is the application number for nationality, all these information where we can delete, edit, or print it. Printing is a very powerful feature when we have so many different candidates and we want to have them all listed and displayed on a piece of paper, so for printing. Afterwards, let's go to the activities. First, we are going to call that candidate for an interview. We can either search by the number of the application or by the candidate name. Let's select this candidate, which we have just filled, and let's click on OK. Now look here, the system will automatically provide us with a ready template for calling for interview. All we have to do here is check everything is fine and applies perfectly. So, dear sir, madam, you are invited to attend an interview for the position of, we can change it, for example, in any case, in any scenario it was changed. It's also possible to change it here at the time of calling for an interview. And this is the date, on this date. We can here set the time, and we can also set this as not grayed out, like it's not visible, in case we only want the date to be shown. In case we want it with the time, we can also change this according to the time which we want. PM, AM, like it's all from here. And at the end, the signature of the HR manager is there. We can either print it, we can preview it, update the status. It's very powerful. When we press on print, it will be available for printing. Look how it will show you that it's printing. And in here, you can preview it in case you want to attach this in an email, for example. So it's also possible for attachment in an email, which is very like organized and neat. So that's how it works. We also have in the activities, we have the interview evaluation, which comes as the second step. We will choose this employee and click on OK. Again, it will provide us with a ready template. It will include the position applied for, the nationality, the supporting documents which this candidate contains or has, all this data and the teamwork. Here it will be updated and changed. How was the appearance? How is the communication skills for this candidate? Everything from here can be saved. and the status is updated successfully. Also, we have the job offer that comes as the third step. We choose this employee, candidate I mean, and then from here we have the job offer. Pleased to resend you the job offer for a position in our company under the following conditions. We have everything right here. The air ticket for leave can be chosen, selected for end of service, residence visa, yes or no. Look at the information which are displayed here: the first party representative, second party, passport number, the position, the duties and the responsibilities regarding this position, and the start date of working in the company. What will be the basic salary, and if there are any allowances. So let's say 5,000. And then here, if there are any allowances, the working hours, for example, 9 or 8. And that's it. We will save this. That is the job offer. So as you see here, it's very straightforward, and it's pretty simple. Now this is the next step which comes afterwards. It will show us the job appointment confirmation. So here we will fill everything. We will make sure that it's all perfectly suiting. Everything will be the probation period from 2, and by the end of it, if the performance was satisfactory, there will be a confirmation for the position, and then we will save this. We can also, as I said before, preview or print it in case we want to add it in, like attach it in an email. Next, we have the probation period expiry, which comes as the second or the next step. Here, probation period, which comes afterward, we would like to inform you that in this department, on this date, you have completed the probation period and the performance was satisfactory or unsatisfactory. We can select this, and the evaluation is attached. Kindly find the necessary instructions. We can either print, preview, and update the status. So the status has been updated to probation period expired. And then we have the appointment letter. We choose the candidate, and we can select OK. We are glad to inform you that you had successfully completed the probation period, and the management of the company has decided to confirm your job appointment with this company, and best regards. We can print, preview, update the status. And then a status has been updated to job appointment letter sent. So as you see here, it's all very neat, like the steps are very, very clear. Next, we have the appointment letter. We have said here that in the appointment letter, as I said, it will be displayed in the following manner. And finally, we will see here that we can either reject the CV or delete the CV. Now, the main difference is that rejecting the CV will not permit or allow that candidate to become an employee, an actual employee, but it will be saved in the system that one day this candidate has applied for this job of vacancy. However, deleting the CV means that we do not even want the system to have records of this candidate. If we don't want to either reject or delete, we want to transfer that candidate to employee. From here, we will transfer the candidate to employee, and afterwards, this candidate will instantly become possible and available here in those items we see here. Let's see, for example, a report. The candidate report we have. As you see here, we have all these candidates in the system. This is the candidate which we have just created. The birth date, the age, and the status reached so far, which is the job appointment letter is sent. So we have this report which will show us everything we need to know. And let's now transfer that candidate to employee. Let's select, like for all positions, we want to see all application numbers. And then this employee which we have just created, will be transferred to become an actual employee. Now, if we have more than one company name, we will select which company we want to add this candidate to, and then what is the employment type, employee or labor, and what is the grade 2, for example, and then what is the department. We will select the department we want and the position we want, and here we will have the employee number, the start work date, all the information which will be displayed here according to what we have filled before. And we will choose whether it's a regular or a test period. And now that candidate is successfully transferred to become an actual employee, which will be seen here when we go to the employee list. And then we will go to see everything we need to see here regarding employees. But we don't want, let's see here, regarding setting up modules, HR, we want the default company to be as test company, because we want to view exactly the company which we have selected. So as you see here in the test company, we have all those employees. One of them is this employee, which is Alex Jack Leo, the one we have just created as a candidate, and this is all the information regarding this candidate successfully displayed here. If we double click on this employee, he will be successfully in the system. This is the employee profile. As you see here, everything is displayed clearly. We can also attach a profile photo for that. Let's see the other scenario of deleting or rejecting the CV. In case we want to, for example, delete the CV, let's click on this other candidate and click on delete. As you see here, it's completely vanished from this place. However, if we want to reject the CV, no matching record is found. Everything is either deleted or approved, and it's fine. But rejecting the CV is from here, where we can easily reject that CV, and it will not be considered as an employee or a candidate. It will not be any employee. So that's the main strategy and the functionality of the recruitment process. It's a huge activity, and it's very, very useful among companies or businesses or workplaces which contains employees or which request candidates by time, because it's very neat and organized. And that's it for today's video. I hope it was clear, and I hope that I delivered the points accurately and precisely. Please don't forget to like this video and share it with everyone who might be interested, and subscribe to our channel and watch our other videos. See you in our next video. Bye.